Welcome back to the Education of Sex from Parent to Child, ages 15 to 20. It's Professor Olivia back with you, and I'll be sharing with you how to execute this age group with the education of sex. So today's acronym is going to be INPUT. INPUT. So it's going to be a really short video. Inflated. You want to let your child know that oftentimes people will speak about sex in a very inflated way. They will make it seem like you gotta have it. It's awesome. It's the best thing in the world. You can't live without it. Just let them know that it's all hype and that they can indeed sustain themselves without it. So, inflated. N is for natural. Reassure them that the feelings that they are having, if your daughter or daughters have sexual desires towards a man, or your son have sexual desires towards a woman, let them know that they are natural, that there's nothing to be ashamed about, that they can come to you and talk about those things. And at this point, you all should have an open dialogue if you've been conversing with them. The P for promise. You want them to know that at this point, whether they're virgins or not, that they can still redeem themselves from whatever lust that has called them out. Or if they are virgins, see if your child would like to make a promise to you that they will wait until they are married. A lot of time promise rings, we think of a young man giving a girl a promise ring, that they would wait for each other, or he would wait for her and she would wait for him. Also letting them know that their bodies are temples and should be treated as such, and they should honor their bodies, and waiting, there is honor. Unparalleled. Let them know that they are anomalies. They are not to be compared to people of the world. They are not to be compared with the masses. So they cannot act as such. Just because your friends may be all doing a thing does not mean that you want to say, well, everybody's doing it. You're unparalleled to them. Your life cannot be considered as equal to theirs, because you are a kingdom citizen, and the way God sees you is how you should see you. So let them know that they are unparalleled and they can't be compared to the people of the world, to the masses, and that they are, precious beings. Temporary. Okay, so let's get into this one. Let them know that the desire that they have is temporary. And if they choose to fulfill that desire with sex, that is also temporary. It will not last at all. But what will last is a soul tie, due to a spiritual energy exchange. For the person you have sexual intercourse with, you could develop a stronghold. You could develop a stronghold. You can develop soul ties. Most certainly, you will develop a soul tie. And possibly, over time, if you are continuing to engage in sexual activity with someone, there can be a stronghold developed. So you want to make sure you let them know that sex, the physical act, is very temporary. However, the spiritual act is long lasting, and sometimes it's a lifetime, and people never ever get rid of those soul ties because they don't even realize they're there, and they don't know how to address them, and they don't know how to fight them off. That's pretty much it for today. I know this video is short compared to the rest of them, and the reason that is because at this time you and your child should have a dialogue about everything that comes up as far as education, sexual education, reproduction, and all these things, So at 15, children usually are sure or have some kind of clue of what amount of children or how many children they desire to have. So just, keep a dialogue open. And I'm going to recap really quick for our acronym today: input. Inflated. Let them know that it's overrated and people will often puff it up. Natural. Let them know that the feelings that they are having are natural and it's okay to feel the way that they are feeling, and that it's cool. It's cool to have desires. You don't have to act on them, but it's cool to have the desire you have. Promise. Let them know that their bodies are temples, and see if you all can make, a commitment so that they can remain pure until marriage. Unparalleled, because they want to remain pure because you want to set an example. You want to be the change in the world. You want to be what the example is. You want to show the world that it can be done, because you are unparalleled being a kingdom citizen. And temporary. You want them to know that the sexual act physically is temporary. However, a soul tie or spiritual energy exchange can be long lasting if it's not addressed. And oftentimes people don't realize that they have a stronghold or a soul tie because they just feel like they're emotional, or that's just how they're reacting. So that's it for today. I thank you for sticking it out with me. Those of you who have watched all of the episodes, I appreciate you here at the Olive Branch, and I thank you for listening. And remember to be peacefully present and ritualistically righteous. You all have a great and blessed day. Hey, this is Arnikia again with the Olive Branch. I thank you for following through and keeping up with us on this series. Again, we are not trained professionals. We are not therapists, psychiatrists, or any type of medical profession. So thank you for listening. And this is just something we use with our family. And we hope that you can be blessed with the knowledge that we are sharing. Have a blessed day.